Hey, what's going on? It's Mike T. Nelson from ExtremeHumanPerformance.com. Another unconventional core exercise here for you to do, increase your performance. So we've all seen pressing exercises from standing. Get my little Vibrams on here. So standing, I'm just going to press a weight overhead. For example, I have a kettlebell here, but you can use a standard dumbbell too. It doesn't matter. So just pressing the weight overhead. So from that, I'm going to get some core stabilization because I'm pressing the weight only on one side, not wanting to tip off sides. So another thing you can do is I can then do this from a various lunge position. So if I want, I can make this a little bit more difficult, and I can take a relatively more narrow type lunge position, keeping my upper body straight, and then now I'm just going to do the same thing. So now, since my legs are offset a little bit, I have to work through my core a little bit more in order to keep my balance. I can obviously move to any lunge stance I want. I could do one from back here. I could do the same stance, but now I can switch hands too. So I can press from the other side. So normally this is going to be a little bit easier because the weight's all lined up on one side. So normally going across the body is going to make it more difficult. I can also make it more or less difficult by changing the relative position of my feet. If I want to get really crazy, I can try to make my feet a little bit more narrow. So now I'm going to go a little bit more of a narrow stance and press from there. So that's today's tip. So when you're doing your pressing, you can play around with different feet positions. Go more to possibly a lunge stance. If I wanted to, I could even go to a lateral stance. And I can also change the width of my feet. And I can also add a heavier weight. So that's today's tip. Another one more core emphasis when you do your presses.